Right now, as you read this, there is a voice in your head reading these words. You didn't choose to put it there. You can't easily turn it off. And if you try to stop it, the voice telling you to stop it is also you. That voice has been running almost constantly since you were about 2 years old. And neuroscientists still don't fully agree on what it actually is. Most people assume inner speech is just what thinking looks like. It's more specific than that. When researchers scan brains during inner speech, the same regions that activate when you speak out loud also activate, including parts of the motor cortex that control your mouth and throat. Your brain is, in a very real sense, partially simulating the act of speaking every time you hear yourself think in words. This is why inner speech feels like a voice, not just a thought. Your brain isn't just processing language, it's running a muted internal version of the full speaking process, complete with something that functions like a listener receiving the output. Here's something that genuinely surprises most people when they first hear it. Not everyone has a constant inner voice. For some people, inner speech is near continuous, a running commentary on everything. For others, it's occasional or absent entirely, with thinking happening in images, emotions, or abstract patterns that never resolve into words. This variation is real and documented. People on either end of the spectrum often find it genuinely difficult to believe the other experience is possible. People with constant inner speech can't imagine thinking without words, and people without it can't imagine what that constant narration must feel like. Both are completely normal variations in how human brains process thought. One of the more supported theories about why inner speech exists is that it's a tool for self-regulation, a way your brain talks itself through tasks, manages emotions, and plans ahead. When you mentally rehearse a difficult conversation, remind yourself to stay calm, or walk yourself through a problem step by step, you're using inner speech as a kind of internal coaching. Research with children shows that self-talk starts out loud. Young kids narrate what they're doing as they do it, and gradually goes underground, becoming internalized inner speech as they develop. The function stays the same, only the volume changes, which suggests inner speech isn't a byproduct of thinking, but something closer to a tool the brain develops specifically to manage itself. Here's the part that gets philosophically strange. When you talk to yourself internally, who exactly is listening? The same system that produces the inner voice also receives it, which means the brain is somehow both generating and perceiving its own output simultaneously in a way that feels like genuine dialogue between two separate parties. Some researchers think this explains why inner speech can feel like talking to yourself versus thinking to yourself. The production and perception systems are distinct enough that the output of one genuinely surprises the other. It's not a perfect simulation of external dialogue, but it's not entirely different from it either. You are, in a meaningful sense, always in conversation with yourself, even when you think you're just thinking. So the voice in your head isn't a sign that you talk too much, or think too hard, or need to meditate more. It's your brain running a tool it developed specifically to help you manage being you, in a muted, internal version of the same process you use to communicate with everyone else. The only strange part is that the tool became so automatic you forgot it was a tool at all. If you want to learn more about this topic, feel free to subscribe.